Shalom. Kol Halo Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai Bahasham Rakah Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles, double honors unto the elder bishops. Salutations to all my fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so now more so than ever. 144,000 and the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth that be like unto the speckled bird. The Israelite foreigners among the heathen that look like the heathen. And to the few Akwaf that are listening and learning, to you I say shalom. All right, and this is directed at Zion daughter, who was just live, and I made a comment on her video about Isaiah 4:1, and and she was trying to go back and forth and trying to get the men on her comment board. She has men moderators. First of all, a woman is not supposed to teach, so she's going off right there. All right. She also, because, okay, this is what happened. I wasn't even trying to go on a video. You know how you turn on your TikTok and TikTok just starts playing a video, and that's what happened. I just clicked on TikTok and her video started playing, and she had a map of Africa and talking about the 12 tribes, as if they all scattered only into Africa, when the scriptures specifically say they got scattered into the four corners of the earth. So where's this doctrine of them going all into Africa, which is a complete and total fabrication? Mainly, what went into Africa was the kingdom of Judah, which would make up Benjamin, Levi, and Judah. All right. So that was the first thing where she went off on, completely disregarding the Apocrypha and completely disregarding all the Hebrew relics that were found here in America and the Hebrew customs that was found among the Native Americans. All right, and the actual history in the Bible that proves that they came here. So that was the first thing. And then I clicked off of it because I was like, I'm not even going to bother with this, because what's the point in talking to people who just don't want to listen? As a matter of fact, let me grab this scripture real quick. I think about it. I might have. Yeah, I actually probably wrote the wrong scripture on the comic board, but nevertheless, it still doesn't matter. This is Job 39 and 17. It says, "Because God have deprived her of wisdom, neither have he imparted her to understanding." All right, so the Lord didn't give this wisdom to women. He didn't give this knowledge to women. And though she's learned a lot, and she's regurgitating a lot of things, but she's saying a lot of things that are wrong, that are off. All right. And when I did mention Isaiah 4:1, all right, she was like, well, this scripture has nothing to do with marriage. Well, actually it does, because the only way to marry someone is to have sex with them, which is why you're not supposed to have sex, just be giving yourself over to women that you don't intend to marry and things of that nature. And here, Isaiah 4:1 reads, "And in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach." Well, that's in the day of the Lord, of course. And the only way to get a man's name is to actually have sex with him. And so she kept commenting on Isaiah 4:1, knowing that she didn't have that understanding. I said, okay, well, she's not getting it. Let me help her out. So I wrote Genesis 24:67 on her comment board. And let's go to that. And then she just kept ignoring it. I put it on there like 7 or 8 times. And then finally, she or one of her moderators must have read it, and then her live went silent because I just kept putting it up. Genesis 24:67. Genesis 24:67. You're ignoring it. You're not acknowledging it. So finally, she must have read it, and it went silent. And so once it went silent, I just turned it off. And then, a few minutes later, about maybe 5 or 6 minutes later, I saw that she was back on again. So, but this is Genesis 24:67, and it makes it very clear. Matter of fact, I started 63 just to get a little bit more understanding. It says, "And Isaac went out to meditate in the field at the eventide, and he lifted up his eyes and saw, and behold, camels were coming." Now, mind you, his father's servant went to go get this woman. So he hadn't courted her. He hadn't met her. There wasn't none of this courtship or any of that. All right. And it says, and Rebekah lifted up her eyes, and when she saw Isaac, she lighted off her camel, for she had said unto the servant, what man is this that walketh in the field to meet us? And the servant said, it is my master. Therefore she took her veil and covered herself. So this man came to get her, to bring her back to be a wife. There was no courtship or anything. All right, she had never laid eyes on Isaac. She had never seen him. She had never laid eyes on him. She just knew that she was just a virgin who was promised to be married to a man. She was being brought to him. All right. Or, you know, the man came to get her and said, look, I'm here to bring you to wife my, roughly paraphrase, to be the wife of my master. All right. For she had said unto her servant, what is this man? What is this man that walketh into the field to meet us? And the servant, he said, it is my master. Therefore she took a veil and covered herself. And the servant told Isaac all the things that he had done. So how he followed the orders of Jacob. I mean, of his father, and he went to go get this woman. All right, so that he would have a wife of his mother's people. All right, Abraham had sent the servant. All right, and it says, and Isaac brought her into his mother Sarah's tent, and took Rebekah, and she became his wife. There was no ceremony, there was no courtship, there was any of that. So this woman was bringing up all these Christian traditions that were not traditions of the Israelites. All right, he went on into her, and she became his wife. Isaac brought her into his mother Sarah's tent, and took Rebekah, and she became his wife, and he loved her. And Isaac was comforted after his mother's death. And then she started bringing up all these examples. Well, what if all these other women you had sex with, that was adultery? All right. That's why the Lord said we're an adulterous generation. We need Yahushua. We need the Lord to come back to clean us up, because 99.9% of the men that are meeting women and then forming relationships with them, and then doing the traditional marriage with them according to Babylon, all right, these women have already been with multiple men. They've already had husbands. That's why the Lord referred to us as that, because typically in the ancient world, a woman was kept from having sex until it was time for her to marry. All right, but we've been scattered among all the people of the earth, not just among Africa. All right. And some of our people look like the people we've been scattered among. We follow the customs of the people we've been scattered among. All right. And it's going to take Yahushua to come back and clean us up. And she, the Zion daughter, you're going off. All right. Because the pasture of the Lord's men is the pasture of the Lord. His flock is among men, not women. All right. You're going off of that, sister. And here's the thing. I don't know if she's being sincere about it, or, if she's just collecting checks, because, people always sending gifts and things like that. But, hold on, I'm trying to find the scripture. Yeah, this is Ezekiel 34 and 31. And it reads, and ye, my flock, the flock of my pasture, are men, and I am your God, saith the Lord power. So don't come with all this prophetess stuff. A prophetess, if you read it and examine it, a prophetess was simply the wife or the daughter of a prophet. That's it, not a teacher. Okay? In the book of Corinthians and in the book of Timothy, it clearly tells you that the woman is to keep silence in the churches. Right? And a woman is not permitted to teach. That if she is to learn anything, she's to learn from her husband at home. And if you don't have a husband at home, then you learn from a prophet. Because what Zion daughter is doing is she's bringing confusion. And the Lord is not the author of confusion. All right? So with that, I'm going to give all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, and Shalom, Kwam Yasharallah.